the mark as they go, and they do manage to drop the wall over onto the side. Crystal Maiden's gonna get stunned up. They manage to get the kill on Muff as well. Now Tepek running for his life, as is Curry. No last.
That was...
Oh, wait.
That was really weird. He didn't have the book up. Like, it was still on cooldown from Tepek, and they roared the tankiest target in the game.
Vanguard.
Vanguard Darkseer. So, without the book, there's just no way they have the damage. Their heroes, the supports don't apply that damage. That was... Yeah, that was very ambitious coming out from Hippomaniac, so... They lose a lot, they lose a lot out of it. Mombus will still be able to farm at the very least, but yeah. That hurts.
All right, now in terms of net worth, Wraith King slightly ahead here. 7.1k, 6.8 over on Terrorblade, but pretty neck and neck, honestly. Gilgear, look at this damage coming out from those Necro units. Oof.
Pretty neck and neck, but Ace is going to be able to turn up a little bit easier, it feels like, when he just has... When he has Radiance, he can actually show up and look for the fights. Mombos, he's still going to have... He's going to have trouble. He needs to get Manta before he really wants to show up, and even then, he's versus so much spell damage, so much control that is on the side of Hellbear Smashers. He might have to wait for the next item, so definitely a little worried for Hippomaniacs if they're not able to be the ones who are starting the fight, that they're just going to get turned on from this unbelievable amount of magic damage and control that Smashers have. And they have a blink on Shaker, so they have a better way to... Yeah, two better ways to actually initiate these fights. Blink Puck, Blink Shaker versus no blinks.
Yeah, I think that was like right on like the 15-minute mark or so when we keep talking about how Gilga... Yeah, 15:01. Right on schedule there. He's like a train in certain countries, anyways.
In certain countries, that's definitely true. I'm actually very surprised how quick he was able to get it at this game, because he struggled so much, but I guess that Echo bottom really just pushed him up forward, and they did give him a lot of space recently. As Ace Radiance is online, he's got Ion Shell too, so he is feeling strong.
Yeah, Gilga got a bunch of the summons as well earlier when they went and made that initiation over on the Beastmaster. So I'm sure that little infusion of cash definitely helped. But Arcane Rune picked up here by Rasmus. I think Stormstormer might have liked that, but it's still good on either one of them. So a bit of the invasion coming out from the Hellbear Smashers here into the top part of the Dire jungle. No one's home though. They're doing their own mirroring. They've already teleported someone out.
They see the courier down bottom. They saw Beastmasters. They're aware that this positioning is happening right from a Hippomaniac. Stormstormer has to be a little careful to not walk directly into it. We're seeing Curry. He does have BKB done. So now he has easier ways to just walk into these fights. He doesn't have to worry about the threat of that coil as much.
Tepek?
A Stormstormer. Ooh.
Oh, he was thinking about it though. You saw it.
That was close.
Yeah.
Tepek almost got him.
Did have the blink though too, so again, very difficult to get your hands on this puck.
Book 3 summon. They're gonna be able to take out these 2 sentries. They really want to get this mid tower. Smashers all setting up.
They did have a ward over on the side, so they saw them passing through the area. Tepek trying to find the right angle. Teleports are coming in though. Here, Lasso going off. Over on the back lines. Looks like they managed to go and grab up the Darkseer, but the Echo goes out, plus the Ice Blast as it lands on multiple heroes. But again, Tepek goes down, and they just managed to go and just turn it back around here over onto Ace as he's just getting chased down. That is going to be the reincarnation. He'll be right up again. They stole the wall as well now. Now Ace is just getting beaten down by his own illusion as he just gets a big old crit. Stormstormer over onto the back lines, trying to find this opening. They get a nice fissure off. Nice vacuum, right back in again. Can they get the kill? They managed to take down Sandy, but oh, there it is. Stone Spear finding it on the back lines, managing to find the kill onto Mambos, as now they're chasing after Curry. Do you have to be careful? 5 stacks of sticky over here on Rasmus as Gilgear is running away from those illusions. Curry does go down, but Rasmus also will fall. Gilgear, look at him go. He's trying to just get back home. He's like, leave me alone. I don't want it. Has the blink. It's gonna be fine. What a...
That was an awkward start of the fight. He literally just went right between. He got like the goal posting. He got it in between. He missed both targets. The Terrorblade gets the Sunder off. He would have just instantly died if the AA Blast actually connected on him. It just missed. Either way though, Hippomaniacs, they chased a bit too far. Rasmus with a clutch buyback somehow brings Smashers back into the realm of winning this fight. That looked really scary, the way that they just missed their initial start, because Gilgear got probably the most Dream Echo he could have, as we're going to see it here on the southern side of the fight. We see the lasso Echo on south side. Look at this AA Blast.
Just right through.
It hits the Beastmaster, but doesn't hit the main target. It misses the TB, but it gets Thunder, and then they get a couple extra kills because of it. Either way, Smashers end up winning this fight because they chased a little bit too far, but that was a little scary for a second.
Big size there. All right, so 19 minutes in. Still very neck and neck in terms of net worth.
Yeah, Stormstormer's actually gone for more carry-esque build this game. I guess he's seeing a lot of squishy heroes, only Terrorblade really a tanky one. He got Deso. So, okay, but he's gonna apply that Deso on everybody for the Wraith King and even for the Darksteel illusions to kind of pop off and hit heroes who are under Deso effect. I mean, that could be cool. Looking forward to see that.
Could be, and of course, Terrorblade having so much armor just in general. Always nice to have something that'll reduce it, but Rasmus has to be a little careful. He is right on top of this ward. Let's see. Curry. Oh, the smoke immediately coming out. As I spot off to the side. Rasmus, most likely knowing that he is probably going to die as he have the last of the drag back, but AC teleports in. He's looking to see if he can get part of this as Tipek gets a kill on Tofu over on the back lines. And now Ace and Stormstormer, they're just in this really awkward positioning here. This is not looking good. Ace goes down the first time. The roar comes up over on the side too. They go and they grab up Stormstormer. He's not looking like he's gonna survive this, as Ace is just fighting off in the corner. He's trying to man fight Muffin. He can't do it. What a disaster.
That was extremely awkward the way they approached that one. They just got surrounded. Hippomaniacs did a good job of getting this ward down and seeing that the Darkseer was alone down there, and they just set up too quick. I mean, Smashers are starting to... Just these like weird two fights that kind of happened where somehow they won the last fight, but not because of their spell casting.
No.
Now, Hippomaniacs get themselves a big fight in a tier 2.
These are such awkward fights. They start off just so split up, and then you've got it's like you've got two team fights going at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's working for the Hippos.
For the Hippos, that is very ideal. If they can
Yeah.
ever get to the back lines, if they can get to the ES and the AA, it's great. That's how their lineup wants to thrive with the Beastmaster and that Batrider. Smashers just kind of giving them that opportunity a little bit too easily in these last few.
Yeah, the Blink Dagger picked up now for the Batrider, so if it wasn't difficult enough trying to dodge away from Curry here, it's gonna get much harder.
Yeah, and this is all pre-Mambos having BKB. He's gonna have it for this next fight, more than likely. He's gonna back up farm and finish it, and that kind of counteracts the majority of that Smashers lineup. I was worried about his game, this Terrorblade, until he had BKB, but he's 2-1-4. He's actually weathered what feels like the hardest part for him in the game.
I just was really surprised that Ace continued to go in with the TP there. Like, it felt like the rest of the team just wasn't in position. I don't know.
Definitely seems some weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
Just some mistakes. They're getting caught off guard. Hippomaniacs are capitalizing on it.
Definitely showing signs of life here on this team that was sitting very low in the standings.
Yeah, and they're doing it with this, these two squishy supports as well again, right? They did it similar last game. Right now, they're looking pretty decent. I mean, this Rubik Muff, he has a Blink and an Aether Lens now, too. He's actually very farmed on Rubik. Could get some really nice spell steals in this game, as we said. Lots of team fight on the side of Smashers, so lots of opportunities for Rubik always.
Indeed. Oh.
As, BKB is very close on the menu. Mambos, he's going to have it done. And the end of fights, as we said, it's going to be a lot harder for Smashers just to pick and choose who they go on, with a BKB Terrorblade just running through the midst, with a BKB Batrider, blinking and choosing what target he goes for.
It just feels like there's too many targets in some senses, right? Because you want to go and burst down the Terrorblade before he's able to get the Sunder off, but then you also just have to be very concerned about the positioning of Curry. And not just even Curry, right? The fact that this Beastmaster is going to be looking for all those angles.
Yeah. And he's itemized. I love Tipek's build this game, actually. He's got this Necro Book into Pipe, which is great versus all the spell damage. He even has a Nether Shawl, so even more magic resistance for him. I actually thought he might just go BKB even next on the Beast, which would be pretty effective. So next steps for Smashers, I think they can still look to fight, but it's going to be hard for the initiations. It's probably just Stormstormer's Aghanims is the biggest one. As they are playing versus these BKBs, he can just ruin Curry's initiations or attempt of initiations.
Jump forward, that is not your puck, as Tipek used the roar.
They got baited.
Be pretty happy about that. Fissure will connect over onto Curry. Do have the shard completed now. BKB, though. Curry was looking for the opening. Does get Dream Coiled and stunned up. Looks like they're still looking to try to fight here, though. Axes get tossed. Tofu tosses out the Ice Blast, realizing they're in a bit of a bottleneck here. Doesn't manage to land on anyone, though, as Gilgear does manage to land a Fissure on 2. Just an
now they
awkward
go A-Blast for 30
situation.
seconds.
Stormstormer is still thinking about going in here.
Trying to clean up the summons. The Boars will at least die. The Book will be next on the menu as he can phase shift, kill them, and not take damage. Gilgear.
He's doing a good job slowing down Curry every time, because Curry still has this lasso. He'd still love to get a pick with it, but it does feel like he's taking a lot of fissures to the face. Does manage to go and find himself the Ancient Apparition. This will drag him right back into his team. So Tofu is going to be crispy Tofu now.
They're starting to get effectively ran at, and they don't have a good solution for it. They don't have the puck Ags for another 1,000 gold or so. Yeah, these BKBs are proving to be very problematic. You see Curry get another Arcane Rune this series.
Yeah, this guy just attracts Arcane Runes left and right, it seems. Man.
No lasso, so they can't actually force and grab anything else on Hippomaniac. So Smashers, they're just playing very defensively, keeping Ace protected.
Got the roar back up, though. They're going to go invade the castle area, it looks like, again. No blink on Tipek.
They're so strong right now in Hippomaniacs, though. This is exactly how they should be playing. Just extremely aggressive with these BKB timings versus Puck, who went Deso.
Oh, Stormer. He's forced to go and drop the Dream Coil off to the side. But he's going to need some help from the rest of his team. Does manage to blink forward, though. Muff's still alive. Curry hoping that maybe he'll be able to find him here.
Okay, Tipek with the roar pushes Rasmus and Ace into the Roche pit. Starting to burn almost all of Rasmus's mana as well.
Over on the back lines, though, BKB coming out from Curry as he does spot out Gilgear. Would like to just take him out of the fight and not have to deal with him. Not committing, though, over there. Oh, doesn't have the lasso up for a little bit longer. Mambos. Perhaps going a bit too far. Gilgear, though, does get taken down by Curry.
That flame break, just a bit too much damage for him to actually deal with, even if he is surged away. And that's, they did good damage. You know, Roar was used. They effectively got a kill. They didn't have to waste meta at all. So Hippomaniac's still in a good position, maybe even to start thinking about threatening Roche at some points.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the fact that they're going to need to get this momentum. They're going to need to buy enough time here for Mambos, and I would say that, you know, Hippos has really done that.
Oh, absolutely. I think they weathered the hardest part of the game. It's just when Terrorblade doesn't have BKB, it's really his weakest versus all this control and team fight, and he's got BKB and more now. And now they're just chasing heroes forward. Curry looking for
Curry feels so strong right now. He just goes, gets the lasso, is going to drag right back here. They've got the boar nearby for the slow. The lift coming out here from the Rubik as well. There is the reincarnation available on Ace, so they're going to try to buy a little bit more time. Ice Blast gets thrown out over onto the bat right. He's got his BKB, though. It doesn't matter. Blink forward coming out from Ace. Dream Coil getting used on the back line since they managed to go and drop the wall.
The Terrorblade's
having a lot of trouble. Like, look at these illusions just fighting back. Rasmus surging up here. BKB is completed, or just runs out over on the side of Mambos. Rasmus, can he get out in time? He's going to try to bottle up. Looks like he'll survive it, but over on the back lines, Stormstormer finding the kill on off. Curry, he doesn't have that BKB anymore. He's got to run away. The Deso applying, doing a decent amount of damage as Tipek also trying to run away from his own illusion. Jump forward from Ace. Down goes Tipek.
They're on Mambos.
They've got Mambos on the back lines here. This is not looking good. The drag back. Down goes Terrorblade. Sunny, he's going to try to teleport out. Is he going to be able to make it? Yes.
That was another
all over the place.
Strange team fight, but I mean, Smashers somehow they kited them out very nicely. They forced the meta, they forced the BKB, and somehow are able to just swing around with the puck and get him at the end there. Nice chase forward, good persistence, and somehow catching these kills, when it looked like an awkward fight. But that is the Puck Ags reveal, and those BKBs were slightly countered.
Do you think the Hippo stayed a little too long? Because Curry got this really nice initiation, but although Curry is going right back in again, the Dream Coil gets dropped by Stormstormer, but doesn't manage to get down a steal from Muff. They can get in there. Looks like they're going to back off. Senny going into the pit, just checking out the situation. Rasmus is going to TP out.
At least buy some time for Mambos to come back. He still has 60 seconds for his meta to come back up. And Smasher still showing that they can take that fight. That Puck Ags is the big deal breaker that will be able to help them in most of these situations.
It's down for now, so if they can make something happen, especially with the Rubik that is stolen.
They can catch him.
Yep, there's the lasso to start it off. There's a fissure as well, slowing them down just a little bit, but he's taking too much damage. Stormstormer, he's just out of the fight here.
70 seconds. They can just commit, just go straight for the Roche. You don't need this meta. Just go right in there for Hippos. No Puck, no way they can fight.
We'll toss an
Blast
Ice
will
Blast
come
in.
through, but as we've seen, the AA Blast has been pretty underwhelming this entire game so far.
Yeah. Again, I wonder if just how much of that was them outthinking themselves, so to speak.
Perhaps. As now this free Roche, and now it's going to be meta after the fight, too, for Hippomaniacs.
All right.
And they're still going to have Coil as well. So 30 seconds, that's going to be back up for Muff. And if he just coils the Puck, Puck has no way to play around it, really. It's very difficult for Stormstormer now that he's given the spell away.
Puck going to do a little bit of scouting out here. We'll notice Ace walking his way back towards the base. Oh, I didn't mean to rhyme that, but I did. Senny needs to be careful here, Senny.
Ace went for a change this game. Okay.
All right, well, they used the Ice Blast just on the Crystal Maiden.
Nice little kill.
Yeah.
Ace's item build does not feel like it's going to be very I mean, he's just going to go S and Y just for status resist versus like the Roar and Lasso and stuff like that, but that doesn't help him versus Tower Blade, I feel.
No. No, it doesn't. It's a little scary here for the Smashers.
It definitely is looking quite scary.
Okay, all right.
In position.
Okay. Stormstormer coming forward here. They're all split up as they use a Dream Coil on the bottom lane. Be a nice vacuum, pulling them right back in. Again, we've got two different fights going on as the wall does get dropped on the bottom. Muff trying to run away. Muff goes down. Tepek also falls to Ace while this is going on. Stormstormer now is forced to run away now as Mambos trying to man fight here with Ace. He's got the BKB. Still has another life available, though, over onto Ace. He's going to come right back up again. You still have Sunder over on Mambos, too, so he'd be more than happy to go and just steal away some of it, although he does take a lot of damage here from the Earthshaker. Dust is going to get used. He'll just turn back around. He'll go and just get that health right back again as you get the lasso drag back here. Over onto Ace. Mambos, he's full health again. He's pushing over here, over onto Gilgear. So he's trying to just take out this Earthshaker. Doesn't have to worry about that Echo Slam or any of these nasty fissures that are getting tossed out the entire time. The orb forward here coming out from Puck. Muff goes down to Ace, and he's also going to fall. As Mambos is still just chasing after Ace here, and they just don't seem to have any sort of solution to deal with Mambos right now, though, all right, he does need some back off. There's going to be a good fissure getting dropped down again. That's our Aegis.
He's just getting kited.
Coming back up. Second time now. Curry, there's only so much that Curry can actually do, and there's no Metamorphosis up now as Mambos is trying to run away, gets dragged right back again, gets stunned up. Everything gets in sync. Goes off for the Sunder, though. Does manage to go and get it. Ace now over on the back lines. Reincarnation. Curry's going to be able to walk away from this, but Mambos, he can't seem to get away fast enough as Curry does eventually get taken down. Rasmus just putting out the damage. Stormstormer jumping forward. The Deso hit comes out from Stormstormer as they'll find the kill. The Roar comes back out from Tepek. Can they turn this around? Can they get the kill? Are they going to be able to take down Ace? And it looks like they're not going to be able to. It is a double kill now for Ace. The King walking down the lane, going for the mid tower now.
These fights are so insane. Smashers just effectively kited them for the entire duration of Beastmaster's death. Beastmaster respawns, runs back into the fight, and dies as well. They literally just danced on them. They were just kiting them from distance with their spells. Ace somehow stays alive during all of it, and he gets these great cleanup kills of full finished S&Y, and now another 2,000 gold. That was such a long fight too. Look, that whole graph where it goes upwards for Hellbear Smashers, that was the duration of the team fight.
It was definitely hard to follow everything that was happening. But yeah, you know, these fights are really working out here for them. Although, careful Ace, maybe just getting a little too sassy for your own good. Go back, hit the tower.
They're just kiting them. They like the Wraith King and the Tower Blade just stood together fighting each other for so long. The lasso came out pretty far toward the end, and they couldn't actually get Ace. That was just, yeah, it was an awkward fight. It really was an awkward fight. And Smashers, they can actually take those awkward fights at the maximum effectiveness if all 5 of them survive. They just all kept throwing out all their spells. Concern for Hippomaniacs is...
We're definitely...
Now Smashers are leading forward here, looking for all these constant kills, and they have all these ults always.
Senny? He's gonna get fissured up. They're just gonna clean up these necro books. There's no mana left over here on Ace, though. He just goes forward, gets a nice pick-off kill here on the Crystal Maiden.
They sit so far back. Just like a fissure, the enchant totem, someone's chain stun for 4 seconds while a puck orb and AA spells come through, and then Ace follows up. It's starting to get a little overwhelming for each of these individual heroes on Hippomaniacs to get something. They have to try to start the fights with a better number advantage or a better swing to catch these backline heroes, especially Gilger. He's starting just to be too big of a nuisance.
We have just such an interesting situation going on with all these fights. I think the last 3 big quote-unquote team fights that we've seen have been initiations on 2 separate areas of the map. They're just close enough that they can converge. Right? But like, there's just so much confusion happening, and you get, you know, Rasmus using the wall down in the bottom area, but then you still have Ace and he's cutting away, and you've got like, it's just, where do you take those resources? Where do you take your big, you know, spells and put them? Although we get a lasso, so they're gonna drag back over here on Ace. Again, still has the reincarnation. He's got the shard up too, so even if they burn down his mana, he's absolutely fine. Nice bounce back, though, over here on the side. So that is the reincarnation going down. Ace is back up. Rasmus does tank the roar to the face, but we get a Dream Coil off on the side, plus the Ice Blast coming in hot. BKB does come out. They have a little bit of the wall. The Echo Slam on the back line from Gilger. He takes down Curry. Sani and Mambos, they're just in this weird position where they don't want to go high ground here.
They can't walk in there, especially not versus the Shaker. Like, Gilger's just ready to throw out another full sequence of stuns onto the next target as, yeah, they just keep poking from the back. And Ace, he gets taken down the once, but then Rasmus, he sees his brethren in trouble. He runs up into the midst of everything, tanks all the spells in the face. And he allows his team to get a kill and reset for just his life.
That's a good teammate right there.
It is. You know? I've seen Rasmus do this quite a lot this game, just giving his life away for the cause.
For the greater good.
It is for the greater good.
Well, feels like the Hippos, you know, they were looking real nice earlier on, but they're struggling a little bit now to find this breathing room. A couple of these fights have gone very poorly for them.
Yeah, struggling to really find the fights and have any actual frontliner. The puck coil is actually breaking them pretty hard too. They don't want to commit in, and if they do, they just get coiled. And I saw that last one. Mambos, he actually broke the coil. So there's a lot of different instances where you're just going to get stunned for a crazy amount of time if you do walk forward. And Stormstormer is 8-9, and he is actually, like, you know, this dash zone and everything is really effective. The itemization has worked out for him, and he's got Lincolns now versus those double, you know, roar and lasso kind of targets. Even versus the Sunder. So lots of different ways to protect each other.
Definitely seeing some different builds coming out from the side of the Hellbear Smashers, but at the end of the day, as long as they work out and you win these team fights.
Yeah, and Ace, even though
I
wasn't crazy about the SNY, it's ended up working, and now he has a full Mjolnir after it, so now he has insane damage.
Yeah, look at him. He just comes forward, immediately fissure all the stun in the world over here onto Tipek. There'll be no Beastmaster Roar to have to worry about here right now.
And they're just able to find these, they're finding so many pickoffs, and it's just the frequency of these coils where it feels like Hippomaniacs just can't fight at that same pace where they have just much longer cooldowns too. It's like Lasso's 96, they have to rely on Metamorphosis, which is a long cooldown. He does have Ags, so at least he does have that, but it does feel like they're starting to just get bullied too much from these quick spells and just quick pokes that Hellbear Smashers have been able to do in these last 10 minutes.
Now it feels like a game of cat and mouse. Who can get the initiation on who? Because if they can get some sort of these scrappy pickoffs, generally, you know, for the Hippos, it tends to go a little bit better, but the way that the Hellbear Smashers are playing now, the way that they're grouped up, and the way that they've been quickly converging, or reconverging in some cases, really seems to be causing an issue.
It is, and it's too tough for Curry to get the targets that he wants to, because he wants to get the initiation on Stormstormer, but Stormstormer has Lincolns and everything. He can't actually get this, and if he doesn't get the puck, he gets lassoed, and they probably just lose the fight because of that.
It's so weird, Fog, because like you look at the items over on the puck, right? You've got something that's very aggressive. You've got, you know, the Deso, but then also you've got, you know, a mix of defensive as well.
Yeah, it's great. I actually really like his itemization. The Deso still feels a little bit weird to me, but maybe just because he saw these squishy supports, he knew he could just kill them. But the other itemization is perfect. I love the Blink, the Lick, and the Ags. All perfect this game versus what he's up against. They just counteract any of their initiations. As now a leveler picked up, they can hand that one over to Ace if he wants it. He wants to get rid of it.
I hear a lasso, and they'll get the drag back over onto Gilgir, but the follow-up, they'll turn right back around again, using the BKB over onto Curry. Can they take him down fast enough? Dreamcoil does get used, though. They're being held into place. Gilgir throwing out the fission, drag back into the Echo Slam in the wall. It's beautiful! Followed up with the Ice Blast over the back line. It cleans up, and now Mambos, he's trying to man-fight Ace here. Ace just spends a little time. He says, oh, look at Curry, I'm going to take that. And then the fear, it was nice, but it didn't do enough because they still just took down all of the hippos and the Wombo combo Dream.
Holy, let's just see that one again in a second. If they're all dead anyway, let's just see the explosion of the Echo on top of the AA.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Perfect fight. Yeah, perfect for Smashers, really, the way that it kicks off. Gilgir doesn't die in the lasso. So they may have found the best target, but they don't kill him. So he actually gets the most Dream situation where Coil catches two, BKB's end, and then we're going to see this beautiful vacuum. Let's just watch. Right. Watch Rasmus. With the wall on top. Boom. Boom. Beautiful. And now the Rex is all dying at quick pace with this Deso.
Can we talk about all the ways that they went and they protected Gilgir for that beautiful Echo, too? Like the fact they had the Glimmer Cape out, they forced out the dust, but then they also had the Greaves nearby. Like they just did so much to make sure that he could get that off. And then just like you said, beautiful placement. Oh God, Storm is just playing with this food now as he's running into the back lines. He's cleaning up. Tofu's just throwing out the taunt. They go and they drop the Dream Coil on the back lines. Okay, able to turn around to Peck. He's gonna go down. Crystal Maiden. Stormer just giving her the clicks here. Buybacks are coming out in mass. This is do or die time right now as they did manage to steal the Dream Coil, but I don't think they really care because they've gotten Mega Creeps now. Lotus Orb placed over onto Puck, so, you know, he's dodging around, but Rasmus dropping the wall is going to force Mambos to have to fight himself here, and somehow still Storm is still alive and kicking. As Ace jumping into the back lines, jumps immediately over onto Mambos. They get the vacuum off. Thunder does go off, though, here. As Rasmus now forced to just move back just a little bit. It doesn't matter. Mambos still goes down. Sandy's getting chased after at Ace. Ace is, and then they just use the Echo Slam off the side. Good game. Well played. The Hippos have been slain, and the Hellbear Smashers continue to smash.
Looked a little concerning for Smashers, you know, 15, 20 minutes ago. That Hippo Maniacs was doing really well, but a couple big team fights, a couple miscoordinated fights where they were really split up on Hippos just give Smashers a full comeback, and yeah, all their items start coming together. We see, I actually like the itemization on several, so I'm glad you brought that up too, is Rasmus with his, Greaves into like Lotus Orb and all this to protect his teammates, the Glimmer coming out from AA to protect, and just Stormer in general playing like a beast on this puck. I love that. The choice for, the Blink first, then he goes for like that Lincolns and Aghanims. The Deso, it ended up working out too, just to get that big farm going, but yeah, he played really well around his items.
So has the Deso on puck sold you now? Did Stormer sell you on that?
I'm fine with getting any like those damage items in between, like the Desos, the Witchblades. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with Deso. It's always cool when you can apply it to everybody in one attack, so.
Well, that was definitely a treat to watch. It's always amazing when you get to see that perfect Wombo combo come off. Of course, not so much if you're the enemy team, but we are going to toss it over to the panel, and I'm sure they've got a lot of things to talk about.
We do have a lot of things to talk about, and we are going to do exactly that and talk to the winners after the break.
With the right CPU, you can turn any game from familiar to phenomenal. Unleash the potential in all your gaming with Intel 10th Gen processors. With its optimal balance of threads, cores, and frequency to deliver elite real-world performance, only Intel can bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game PC optimizations. Supercharge your Marvel's Avengers experience with Intel Core i5, i7, and i9 processors.